Testimony has started in the civil trial over who was ultimately responsible for Michael Jackson's death. His family blames the concert promoters for allegedly failing to protect Jackson's health by hiring a doctor who they say should have known was negligent. NBC's Mike Taibbi is in L.A. for us this morning. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Cameron. Dr. Conrad Murray is, of course, still in jail following his involuntary manslaughter conviction, that for giving Michael Jackson the fatal dose of the anesthetic propofol. The question in this case, and it could be worth more than $1 billion, the projected value of Jackson's lost earnings, is whether Murray alone was responsible for Jackson's death. The first witnesses talked about how Jackson died. Paramedic Richard Seneff saying the pop star had flatlined and was unresponsive and so thin he could see Jackson's ribs.
It's not there.
As to why he died? Because, the Jackson family alleged, concert promoters AEG Live insisted the show must go on. The comeback concerts were about to begin, though they knew he was in terrible shape under Dr. Murray's care. Jackson family attorney Brian Panish produced an internal AEG email in which CEO Randy Phillips wrote of Jackson, "This is the scariest thing I have ever seen. He is an emotionally paralyzed mess, riddled with self-loathing and doubt now that it's showtime." The family's contention?
That in fact AEG is partially responsible for what happened to Michael Jackson. And they're responsible because they paid for this doctor, they controlled the situation, and they pushed Michael.
AEG denies any liability and says the company neither controlled nor chose Dr. Murray. Defense attorney Marvin Putman told the jury Jackson's tragic death was not a tragedy of AEG's making. And if the defense brings up Jackson's old child molestation trial to show that his life had been a mess for years, his demise inevitable, attorney Tom Mesereau, who won Jackson's acquittal and is on the family's witness list, will testify that a reprise of the now distant past will hurt AEG.
It's irrelevant, it's prejudicial, it's going to backfire. If he was that bad, why did you enter into a business agreement with him, AEG?
Michael's mother, Catherine, has been in the courtroom throughout, leaving only during the graphic testimony about her son's final hours. It'll be a short court day today, just a morning session. An LAPD detective will finish describing what he learned at the death scene about the evidence and about Dr. Murray. Cameron?
All right. Thank you, Mike.